All right, it's Thursday, October 30th. Just following up on the SPY, I described how I bought some puts here as this red bar was forming, anticipating we take out the lows of the day after kind of watching structure unfold all day long. We did come down, take out the lows of the day. We have about 10 minutes to go in trading here, and the options have moved up nicely. 693 puts. I bought them at 1001. They're asking 1250, 1269 right now, so up over 2.5 points. And it looks like we're going to close the day red, so that should mean you follow through a little lower tomorrow. I don't know how much lower it's going to go. The weekly chart with 1 day to go in the week now has that shooter look to it. So if that can stay red tomorrow, then you'd almost expect a little follow through into next week. And you can see a whole gap to fill between the high of this bar and low of this bar. So, there could be quite a pullback here developing. So it's a matter, do you want to be aggressive and hold on to some and see if it follows through tomorrow a little bit? Probability should, or is it just like anything else where anything could happen tomorrow? If we gap up above the mid, now what's interesting, the midpoint of this day is where the open of the week is. So if we gap up tomorrow and above the midpoint, then this was just a 1 day move, and this weekly chart might not end negative. So we now know the open is a reference, but we're definitely reversing to the downside as the week comes to an end. We followed through a little bit from yesterday. There's some gaps to fill, and it looks like we're going to close near the low. So, there should be some follow through lower tomorrow at a minimum, and we'll just see how much lower it goes after that. That's still the probability. And, essentially we'll know by, overnight and tomorrow, are we above the midpoint of this bar or not, going forward? In other words, on this daily bar, if we just kind of took that out and want to get a 2 up tomorrow, anything's possible. But, as of right now, we broadened higher highs, lower lows on that time frame. And since we're following through a little lower, we're trying to broaden on the next time frame, which, is somewhere in this gap down here before it eventually turns up. So let's see. Closing negative. Odds are we follow through a little bit tomorrow. But while it was a little tricky this morning, hitting a key reference point, it never really got, it never really reversed to the upside. So eventually price did move down as anticipated. And, again, I was kind of anticipating that from the Fed announcement going forward, that we weren't really going to rebound higher, and we were going to try to probe a little lower, and we seem to be doing that towards the end of the day.